In this tutorial, you will learn how to solve for a missing side in a right angle triangle or using the Pythagoras theorem. Now, students often, at all times, try to use Pythagoras theorem to solve for any triangle. It doesn't work with all triangles. It only works with the right angle triangle, and that is when there are two sides of the right angle triangles known. Now, this is an isosceles triangle, not a right angle triangle. Isosceles triangle has two equal sides. We have 13 centimeter, 30 centimeter, and the base side line, which is line BC, is 24 centimeter. Drawing a line from the center of an isosceles triangle perpendicular to the baseline divides the isosceles triangle to two right angles. So now we have two right angle triangles, ADC and ADC. So now we have a missing side, Y, that we are required to calculate. Now, Pythagoras theorem says that a squared equals to b squared, which equals a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. It doesn't matter what letter you are using to represent it. What this means is that the sum of the square of the two other sides of a right angle triangle must be equal to the square of their hypotenuse. So the one which is going to be at the right hand side is the length of the hypotenuse, which is the longest side. So here now we have a right angle triangle. Let me bring this out. I want to solve for Y, A, C, and D. This is 30 centimeter. This is Y. That's what we are asked to solve for. We do not know DC. But we know that when an isosceles triangle is divided into two, this side is divided into two equal parts, which means that line BD will be equals to line DC. From here to here equals to this side, which equals to, in this case, will be equals to BC all over 2, because from here to here is equals to 20, is BC, which equals to 24, and here to here BD equals to BC. So this will be equals to 24 all over 2, which equals to 12 centimeter, which means our DC is 12 centimeter, same way that BD equals to 12 centimeter. So now that we know this angle, we have two sides. We can solve for the third missing side using the Pythagorean theorem. So from our theorem, a squared equals to b squared plus b squared equals to c squared. So we have y squared plus 12 squared will be equals to 13 squared, while y squared will be equals to 13 squared minus 12 squared. 13 squared is 169 and 12 squared is 144. So our y squared will be equals to 169 minus 144 is 25. So therefore, y will be equals to the square root, take this square root of both sides, equals 25, and our y equals to 5, which means that the value of y in this triangle is 5 centimeter.